Rossini coming up in just a moment after the 7 o'clock news with Alison Roper.
Margaret Thatcher's body has been removed from the Ritz Hotel in London, where she died yesterday at the age of 87. Her funeral is expected to take place with full military honours at St Paul's Cathedral next week. Members of both Houses of Parliament will gather tomorrow to debate her legacy. Reaction to Lady Thatcher's death has continued around the world overnight, reflecting her divisiveness as a political figure. The African National Congress in South Africa said she'd been out of touch with the British people when she described the ANC as a terrorist organisation. The former US President Bill Clinton has called Lady Thatcher an iconic stateswoman, and the former US Secretary of State Henry Kissinger said she'd made an enormous difference to world politics. North Koreans have failed to report for work at the industrial zone at Gaesang a day after Pyongyang announced that it was pulling all its workers out of the zone. More than 50,000 North Koreans work in the area, which is run jointly with South Korea, and its effective closure comes after weeks of spiralling tensions. The government has begun a consultation on plans to reduce the criminal legal aid budget in England and Wales. Ministers say the proposals, which include removing legal aid for prisoners bringing complaints, could save more than £200 million. Kent police are investigating comments made on Twitter by a teenager who's become Britain's first youth police and crime commissioner. Paris Brown, who's 17, wrote the messages before she was given the job. The new president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, is expected to be sworn in at a ceremony in Nairobi later today. Mr. Kenyatta, who won last month's election, has been indicted by the International Criminal Court for alleged crimes against humanity. He denies being behind ethnic violence, which followed elections 5 years ago. A survey of more than 2,000 Girl Guides has found that 90% of them want The Sun to stop publishing pictures of topless models on page 3. The guides are campaigning to end the feature, saying it treats women as objects. The Sun hasn't commented. Researchers at Reading University say flights across the North Atlantic could run into more turbulence by the middle of the century because of climate change. Scientists say the safety of air travel won't be affected, but that the development could lead to more expensive flights. Scientists say a complex core made by a species of monkey found in mountains in Ethiopia could help to reveal how human language evolved. The study, published in the journal Current Biology, says the jabbering gurgle of the gelada, a species related to the baboon, shares features found in human languages. They hope further research will shed light on whether there's any meaning behind the sounds the primates make. And that's the BBC News at 7:03.
Thanks very much, Alison. At this time of the morning, there may be very little meaning behind the sounds that we make too.